Peter's journey, his virtues against temptation and vice.
Parents.
Difficulties faced. Peter, being the oldest of the four siblings, with his parents gone, was thrust upon with the responsibility of having to look after the well-being of the siblings, acting as an impromptu father figure, as the two youngest siblings are incapable of knowing what is best for them. A scene in the movie supporting this is when he is faced with a decision to go home or not, deciding if he should put the well-being of his family over the safety and lives of the residents in Narnia, ultimately deciding to put his and his family's life on the line for the greater good. This takes place 45 minutes and 11 seconds into the movie between him and the beaver.
Parents.
Difficulties faced. He is faced with the difficulty of insecurity, struggling with the concept of becoming the leader he has prophesied to become, feeling out of place, alienated by his own mentality of inferiority, needing to free himself from a mental cage he has entrapped himself in. This can be seen in the movie when he is left by Aslan to lead an army. In Aslan's pursuit to fulfill the prophecy and protect the kids, he sacrifices himself, ultimately leaving Peter by himself to lead the onslaught against the Ice Queen. Peter, left with no choice, thrust upon with the responsibility of military leadership, honorably and bravely leads the army, putting past his own insecurities, acting as a beacon of hope and freedom for his troops. He kills the Ice Queen, living up to what is foretold of him. A specific scene is between him and Edmund at 1 hour and 42 minutes in, where Edmund pleads for Peter to lead in the absence of Aslan. Peter's virtue of diligence. Diligence, the virtue meaning to be devoted, dedicated, and focused towards a cause. Peter showcases this through the dedication and faith he shows towards the prophecy stated by Aslan, believing in the prophecy, eager and dedicated to fulfill it, freeing the residents of Narnia from the icy cold grip of the Ice Queen. If he had lost this virtue, he would have ultimately failed. His dedication towards the cause is showcased when he puts his life on the line in the name of freedom for Narnia. Remember, he is no more than a child, with his whole life ahead of him. He puts his life on the line in order to repel the evil forces that have engulfed Narnia, especially in the climactic last battle of Narnia, in which he gets in several sword fights and duels, where he could have died, at time slot 1 hour and 50 minutes, as an example. Peter's virtue of temperance. Temperance meaning to have great restraint over your emotions and your surroundings, to be able to suppress your feelings and comprehend difficult situations. Peter needs this as he has struggled to communicate with the Narnia locals, as they are alien to him, obscure, abstract to Peter's sense of reality. Peter's temperance is showcased in his patience with Aslan and the prophecy, as it is difficult not to be overwhelmed and engulfed with the distress and responsibilities being thrust upon Peter. Most would have been suffocated by the responsibility of living up to the prophecy and bringing down the tyrannical leader, to believe in the leadership of Aslan. Through the guidance of Aslan, Peter is able to adapt and survive. A specific example is when Aslan first meets Peter, at time 1 hour and 18 minutes, where in temperance Peter listens and takes importance in the prophecy Aslan has foretold. Peter's vice of wrath. Wrath is to allow anger and rage to overtake you, blinding your better judgment, often leading to bloodshed and animalistic savagery. This is showcased by Peter in the battle between him and the Ice Queen, blinded by the rage of Edmund's injury inflicted by the Ice Queen, at timestamp 1 hour and 56 minutes. This is because Peter sees the safety of his family as his responsibility. Anything he allows to happen is a result of his incapability to protect his family. Peter's vice of pride. Pride is to let one's ego blind one's better judgment, to believe too highly of yourself and proud of yourself to the point of arrogance. This can be seen by Peter's pride at the climax of the battle, at timestamp 1 hour and 52 minutes, believing highly of himself because of what is prophesied, goes into battle ignorant to what is truly happening, not thinking of the true danger he is in, more so seeing it as an alienated version of reality, a storybook. He is brought back to reality when his brother is nearly mortally wounded by the Ice Queen. Area 4. Peter. Peter's development throughout the movie is one of responsibility, constantly being told that he will bring change, he will lead. Beacon of hope. Weighing Peter down with expectations of what he is meant to become, creating an imposter syndrome, making him feel as if he is not good enough, as if he does not belong. However, others do believe in him. A quote affirming this is, "Aslan believed in you, and so do I." This shows the hope people have bestowed on him, even Aslan, which gave up his life in the belief of Peter, reinforcing what Peter is capable of, change and hope. Being a dim light in the darkness that is pain and suffering inflicted by the witch. A reoccurring theme, however, is the selflessness shown by Peter. He reflects on this, quoting, "We need to do what is right," showing he is putting the need of the many before the need of his own, putting his life and the future on the line for the potential liberation of others. For what makes his own better? What validates his life? What makes him prioritize his own? Showing his morality and the ability to make decisions